Grab your best 3-piece suit and travel back to the 60s. We're going flying.
Because today, we're reviewing Pan Am.
Did you say Pan Am or Pam Ann?
Yep, Pan Am. Pan Am is a worker placement route building game where you're a small airline trying to build the best route so that you can sell it to Pan Am.
The game takes place across the entire globe. You're a small airline trying to establish the best route from destination to destination.
In order to claim a route, you have to have the beginning and the ending destinations.
You can claim either of the destinations if you have an airport there, or if you have the destination card.
Here's an example of some of the destination cards, and as you can see, they're different colors. You can use the different colors to pinpoint on the map where the other routes are located.
The game is played over the course of 7 rounds.
At the end of each round, you're trying to sell your route to Pan Am.
After you sell your routes, you take all the cash that you've earned and you buy Pan Am stock.
The winner at the end of the game is the player with the most Pan Am stock.
I first noticed this game when we were walking through Target and I saw the big Pan Am logo, and then I looked at the back of the box. Kind of looked like Ticket to Ride and other games like where you're connecting routes. I was like, oh, but I like planes better than trains, so let me try Pan Am and let me see how that goes.
I'm all about the, walking by the aisle and seeing these new games. To be honest, when I saw Pan Am, the only thing I thought about was Catch Me If You Can. So I thought there may be some sort of like sneaky hidden identity or something to do with lying or...
He was very sad when Leonardo DiCaprio was not in the game.
I was a little sad, I'm not gonna lie.
One of the things that I like about the game are these little models that you get to use to mark the routes that you are getting on the board. And you place the model on either a 4, a 3, a 2, or a 1, depending on the size of the route that you're trying to claim. And only certain models can claim certain size routes. But it really makes you feel like a little kid as you're playing, and you're like, oh, yeah, a little extra.
And if you're not saying it out loud, you're doing it in your head.
The artwork on the outside of the box really caught my attention. But then when you open the game, the artwork's not exactly exciting. I wouldn't call it exciting.
What I noticed was a lot of the colors, they're kind of bland, might be too strong of a word, but they're not like vibrant colors that really like just grab your attention or, like very just pastel-y. It's probably meant to be this way, to be like kind of old-timey.
Looking at the box feels very modern with its striking colors and simple design. But then the rule book and the destination card, the stock certificates that you get feels very old-timey. They're trying to go for that nostalgia classic feel.
So one thing I noticed when you open up this board, we're in the US, so everything, growing up, all the maps we have, everything we see was all like North America's front and center. This map is more... it starts off basically looking from the top of the world down. I thought that was a bit more interesting. I mean, I liked it.
I really like all the mechanics that are involved. Each round has several phases. You have the engineering phase where you're putting your engineer in the different actions that you want to take. So that's the worker placement aspect. But then your other players who are also putting their workers in, they can bid higher on the action than you. So if you want an airport and you're willing to pay $4 for it, but they're willing to pay $6, then they can get it, and then you no longer can place an airport that round.
Yeah, the way that we can kind of interact with each other, just that auctioning system where it's like, okay, I see that you only have $4, so you're not gonna spend your money going after this, so I'm gonna do that and be safe that by the end of this round, I'm gonna get that airport.
I also like how they let you have landing rights to the different destinations. So you can either build an airport, you can have the destination card, you can have a destination card of the same color and then trade it in, or you can have 2 of a different color and trade it in. So you never really felt like you couldn't get the route that you wanted when you wanted it. I could still try to get a route done this turn without having to worry about, oh, I gotta wait till next turn to get an airport.
With the new rounds changing all the time too, and the ultimate end goal of the game is having the most stocks, the stock price goes up and down, as in the real world too. So I thought that was pretty cool.
One of the ways that the game lets Pan Am decide which routes they're going to buy is you roll a dice, and whatever you roll on the dice, that picks what's the next destination that Pan Am's going to buy. And you may either get screwed by the way that the dice is rolling, or you may end up getting a lot because it's always picking your route, and then you're just selling all your routes immediately. So you're just getting all this cash and buying all this stock.
I think that was probably the biggest concept that I know, at least me, I think Teresa too, but we were trying to understand as far as like, wait, so you roll the dice and then the computer or Pan Am, they buy this and then that's that. And then you start learning, oh, okay, so try and get a route on the line because eventually it may end up getting bought by Pan Am.
There really are a lot of mechanics. Yes, it is worker placement, route building, set collection, resource management, all these kind of things, but it's not super complicated. So the average person can learn how to play it and play it relatively in a short amount of time. So I think I'm gonna give it a 7, maybe an 8, but probably closer to 7. I think it's a game that most gamers would like, at least for a nice warm-up game. So if you think that it's just a simple IP cash grab being Pan Am, it's not just that. The game actually is kind of fun. So I'm gonna go to 7.
I admit I probably need a couple more plays with this game, but I'm gonna say I give it probably about a 5.5, 6 right now, but I'll play it some more. And Teresa gives it a 10.
And Juliana gives it a
5.
And that's our review for Pan Am.
What'd you think? What's a destination you want to go to right now?
Anywhere.
Let us know in the comments below.
Until next time, I'm Kenny.
And I'm Lee.
Meow.